What is up, everyone? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of the Doubles Battle Spot. Today we are featuring a team of Hydreigon, Mega Metagross, Tapu Lele, Landorus Fairy, Nihilego, and Zapdos. And this should be a fun team. I'm hoping it's a fun team because the team I wanted to use today, I tried it, did not like it at all. Did not like it at all. So I'm switching teams last minute. We're going with this team. It's got Darkium Z, Hydreigon, Mega Metagross, Scarf Lele, Life Orb Landorus, which is my favorite Landorus variant set, in my opinion. Just because I love the damage output that Landorus variant can put on with a Life Orb. Sash, Trick Room, Nihilego, and a standard Zapdos, but it has Roar. So should be a very fun team. Actually, Citrus Berry on Zapdos. Oh, well, it shouldn't really change much of the game. But this should be a very fun team. Trick Room is going to be annoying because this team doesn't exactly have a good way to counter Trick Room. It doesn't exactly have a good way to counter Trick Room at all. Other than my Nihilego with Trick Room itself. And yeah, this should be cool though. I just realized no Dragon type move on Hydreigon. Don't know how I feel about that. Don't know how I feel about that. But we'll see how this team works. Hopefully it can pull out some victories and get us to the 1600s in today's episode. I think that would require 3 wins, but I'm pretty sure we could do it. As we find someone from Japan, 15-16 rating, with the team of Muck, Rotom Wash, Mimikyu, Kartana, Escadrille, and Torkoal. Very interesting team. Yeah, Muck's kind of annoying for this team, as Landorus is the only true answer to it. Torkoal is actually pretty annoying. I don't have a good answer to Torkoal. I don't know if this is probably Trick Room, right? Yeah, Mimikyu, Muck, and Torkoal is Trick Room mons. This could be kind of difficult. I don't exactly have good switch-ins. So I think I want to go Metagross Hydreigon. Yeah, I think Metagross Hydreigon's fine here. Or maybe, actually no, Tapu Lele and Metagross, because I'm able to deal a lot of massive damage straight off the bat. Nihilego in the back, and I think I have to bring Landorus as well. So this is going to be a pretty interesting battle. The reason I'm going to lead off Nihilego, not Nihilego, why I'm going to lead Metagross plus Tapu Lele is because Scarf Tapu Lele should be able to just break the disguise on Mimikyu, and then Metagross can Iron Head for a knockout. Unless it's Focus Sash, which is something that could be seen. We're in the lower ladder, so I don't know how this is going to go. Oh, it's Mimikyu Torkoal lead. Okay, now the question is, does my opponent... Okay, now I guess the question is, does my opponent go straight for the Eruption or protect? I mean, you should protect Torkoal, because Torkoal is going to lose if you don't protect. It would get blown away by Tapu Lele Psychic type attack, yet he doesn't have to. Do I need to KO? I don't need these Pokemon to win the game, though. I really don't. So you know what? I'm going to Iron Head and Psychic the Tapu Lele slot. Try to pick up the knockout on Tapu Lele. I mean Mimikyu. Because if I can get rid of Mimikyu, I prevent Trick Room up. Nihilego can handle the Torkoal, and Landorus can handle the Muck. Rotom Wash is going to be a bit annoying, but we're in the sun, so maybe my opponent didn't bring it, or it won't be too much of a threat. Torkoal protects here, so get the read here, but it depends on Mimikyu's item, if it's Sash. Psychic going to go out into Mimikyu, break that disguise, so Mimikyu no longer will have that disguise ready for the Iron Head, and also a special defense drop, but it doesn't really matter. And if it is Focus Sash, I have to hope for a flinch here. It isn't Sash though. Mimikyu goes straight down. Excellent. That is the best turn I could have possibly asked for. I get the knockout on Mimikyu, deny Trick Room from going up. Torkoal has already wasted Protect, so Psychic is a very, very strong move to click here against the Torkoal. It's actually strange though. I don't think I have Zen Headbutt on the Metagross, which I feel like it could be good on this team. Kartana is going to come out here, which is a bit of a problem, I'm not going to lie. Oh, I do have Zen Headbutt. Okay. If I get rid of Kartana, I think my Nihilego just wins the game. I guess worst case scenario, if Kartana's Scarf. I don't know what Kartana runs in this format. I think I'll just Psychic Ice Punch the Kartana and hope for a knockout. This could go very, very badly, but it's probably my best play in general. Because if I get rid of Kartana, I just get so much momentum with my Nihilego. But if this is AV Kartana, well, it's not like that bad, I guess. But it isn't Scarf, which was the one thing I was fearing. So we get the Psychic off. That will probably bring it to Focus Sash. Yep. So we get crit, but to Focus Sash, I'm pretty sure that crit doesn't matter because Ice Punch will definitely put in the range anyway. So we get rid of Kartana, and that should seal the game for Nihilego, I feel like. We're going to see the Eruption come out. That might knock out Tapu Lele, but I don't mind if it knocks out Tapu Lele. It doesn't knock out Tapu Lele, but Metagross will obviously go down, being super weak to that Eruption. And now I can bring out my Nihilego here. And let's see what my opponent brings out. Maybe Muck? It is going to be Muck, so I'm pretty sure I seal this game with Landis Variant plus Nihilego. So I don't need to click. I guess I'll just Psychic the Torkoal. And Power Gem the Muck to put in range of Life Orb Earthquake. Pretty sure I just win the game with these two. Like, my opponent can't really damage Nihilego at all. Landers outspeeds, get a powerful Life Orb Earthquake off, and wins the game. You have to protect Torkoal here if my opponent wants any shot of winning the game, I guess. And then Muck needs to, what, crit knockoff? Crit knockoff would KO normally, but I do have to Focus Sash, so I would survive with Nihilego anyway. Torkoal's going to protect. Understandable. Get the Psychic off into the Protect. Power Gem's going to come out into Muck, and that will put it in the range of my Earthquake. So Power Gem, well, that didn't do nothing. Is that Soulfest? Knock off into Tapu Lele, so Tapu Lele goes down. Yeah, that is fine. I don't care if it's a Soulfest Muck because that makes it easier for my Landers to handle. Go hard in the Landers here. And we just Power Gem an Earthquake. Well, we don't have to Earthquake yet. Although I could just seal up the game by going for Power Gem Earthquake. But since I'm going to make the safest play possible, I'm going to Power Gem the Torkoal slot and just protect my Landers, because if I weaken Torkoal, put in the Earthquake range, I 100% win the game. There's nothing my opponent can actually do. So my opponent needs a double protect, a crit on Nihilego with knockoff, and then I still don't think you can win the game otherwise. I mean, you could, in theory. If Torkoal stays healthy enough, is able to crit my Landers so it has like HP Ice or something, or Overheat. But my opponent just lets Torkoal go down, so Torkoal will go down to the Power Gem, and that'll be a good game because Landers just beats Muck 1v1. Get the Beast Boost, so now we're at +1 special attack, as Muck is going to go for a knockoff in the Nihilego. That's not a crit, wow. And that's -1. Muck is strong. Yet, I still get to click Earthquake, and I will win this game. So, very nice. So, obviously, my opponent made the safe play turn 1, just going for the Protect, because if I just Psychics the Torkoal, I'm pretty sure it would have just gone down. And then, if even my opponent got Trick Room up, like, there wasn't really much my opponent could have done. Because, yes, you had Muck, yet my Landers kind of swept through the team at the point under Trick Room anyway. So, it was like, I need Torkoal. But, yeah, I don't know what my opponent could have done. If my opponent went for the Eruption turn 1, would have been a whole different story. Because, yes, he would have lost my Mimikyu, but I lost my Metagross, and my Tapu Lele would have been at very low health. Yet, I still think I could have came through with Nihilego plus Landers. Because, again, my opponent didn't exactly have the most solid options. But the problem was going to be that Kartana. That Kartana was very annoying to my team. I just needed, but as long as I weakened the Torkoal by just a bit more, I think I should have had the game sealed. So, 1706 rated player from Japan as our second opponent of the day, bringing the team of Cresselia, Blastoise, Amoonguss, Snorlax, Landers Variant, and Zapdos. I didn't run this team before, but I'm pretty sure I saw a QR code of this, but there's no QR code on my opponent's team. So, This is going to be interesting because I don't know what my opponent exactly runs on this team. And I don't exactly have a very solid answer to Blastoise plus Amoonguss. So Tapu Lele seems like a very safe lead as well as Metagross here. Yeah, I think it's very safe. Yet Cresselia lead would be problematic, but my opponent might go Tailwind. I could see my opponent leading Blastoise Amoonguss, which is why I'm considering this, but I think I lead Hydreigon Metagross. I think it's the most solid option I have. Tapu Lele, and I think Nihilego in the back should be more than solid enough to win this game. Yeah, it's gonna be very hard. Gonna be very hard indeed. I have to predict speed control wise. I have to predict when Amoonguss is going to come in and get Tapu Lele in at the exact same turn. But if I get damage on that Blastoise, I should be able to win the game because Blastoise can't really do much when Water Spout doesn't do as much power. Like the worst thing it can do is Dark Pulse. So we're going to see the Cresselia and the Landorus here, which is not good for me. Yet, I mean, I do get Metagross plus Hydreigon in. Actually, don't I have the Z move on Hydreigon so I could potentially knock out this Cresselia in one hit? And Metagross does get a speed boost when Mega Evolving, so I will be able to outspeed the Landorus turn 1 if it isn't Choice Scarf, and just Ice Punch, which is my best play. And hey, look, I do have the Black Hole Eclipse. I am going to go for it into Cresselia, because unless this Cresselia has a Cobra Berry, at least I'm pretty sure that's the correct berry for the Dark type attacks, I will be able to pick up a knockout. Or if it's Focus Sash, or maybe just hella special defensive, because Cresselia is a specially defensive monster. So Ice Punch is the best play. Black Hole Eclipse is the best play. Get damage. Just get damage here. As Metagross is going to Mega Evolve. And we'll see how this goes. This is such a nostalgic combo. I loved Metagross plus Hydreigon back in like 2012, 2013. Because it was very fun. They covered a lot of each other's weaknesses pretty well. As Metagross is just able to outspeed, knock out the Landorus with the Ice Punch. So Landorus goes down. But something tells me my opponent was okay with playing Landorus if my opponent was able to get a Trick Room up, because you get free switch into Blastoise and it can start clicking Water Spout. But that depends. Are you ready for the Black Hole Eclipse? Did I keep calling it Dark Hole Eclipse? Isn't that the ghost one? Oh well, here comes the Black Hole Eclipse, and let's see if this knocks out Cresselia. I'm hoping it does, because that is a huge threat I need out of the way. Cresselia just drops, so Cresselia goes down, and it's already a 4v2. My Pokemon haven't even taken damage yet. Oh, this looks so good right now. Probably Blastoise and Amoonguss. My opponent can still come back from this, yet it's going to be pretty tough. Blastoise is going to come out, as well as Snorlax, actually. So my opponent didn't even bring the Amoonguss, huh? Even though I think Amoonguss was pretty good for letting you get a Water Spout, but my opponent bring Hard Trick Room, it looks like. I want to see something. Probably not the best play. I don't want Snorlax to start setting up yet. I think it's fine here. I'm going to protect my Metagross, because Metagross is important for knocking out that Snorlax, and I'll just Dark Pulse the Hydreigon, the Blastoise, just to get a bit of chip damage. And put it in range of Psychic Terrain Boosters and Headbutt, because that's what I'm going for to win this game, I feel like. That's the move I'm going to be clicking the most. So let's see if Blastoise protects or not. This will protect Metagross, which is a weird protect animation. Dark Pulse is going to come out, fire off onto that Blastoise, do 40%. Dark Pulse is actually going to fire back onto the Metagross, as we do see high horsepower doubling into Metagross. Ooh, nice. Nice. And now, not Ice Punch, Zen Headbutt the Blastoise here, and switch out into Tapu Lele to get the terrain boost, because I will be able to knock out Blastoise with the Zen Headbutt. And no matter what, I have to connect Zen Headbutt to win the game anyway, and I'm kind of going impatient. So I'm going to go into my Tapu Lele here and just click Zen Headbutt, because I'll have that boosted power attack to hit the Snorlax the following turn as well. Blastoise going to protect. Okay. Yeah, I can Psychic the Blastoise the next turn, and then might pick up the knockout as well. Let's see what the Snorlax goes for. Return actually into the Hydreigon slot, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. So I don't mind Tapu Lele being weakened here, because I can go for Iron Head and Psychic. Yeah, I'll just Psychic and Iron Head the Metagross, because I'm pretty sure I'll pick up the knockout. This is Mega Metagross, and this is Tapu Lele in Psychic Terrain. This should do a lot of damage. I don't care if you're Blastoise. Yeah, his Blastoise just faints to Psychic, so I could have actually just went for Zen Headbutt, but just in case Snorlax somehow I was able to live, Zen Headbutt, it will be in Zen Headbutt range now, and we even get the flinch, which is actually interesting, because this team, Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, Dark Pulse, has many ways to get a flinch, potentially, as I would just go for the Zen Headbutt here. And I guess going to Nihilego. I'm going to say Tapu Lele here because I could reset to go for a Psyshock in the future turns, as my opponent's just going to forfeit anyway. It was very unlikely my opponent could win the game anyway, because the fact that Snorlax kept having to take double targets over and over and over again, didn't have a way to pick up a knockout other than return into Tapu Lele that turn. Yeah, I don't think it was very possible. So anyway, we will take a very quick second game. That game was really quick. I think just the fact that my lead was so great, the fact that I had that Black Hole Eclipse just to be able to knock out Cresselia, because I was thinking about it, like, what do I do against my opponent's speed control options? Because Mega Blastoise, you kind of need speed control in my opinion, because you need to be able to outspeed your opponent's Pokemon and get that very powerful attack off. So if my opponent went for a Tailwind option, I had Tailwind on Hydreigon, and then my opponent went for a Trick Room option. I did remember that the Black Hole Eclipse, like, somehow in the back of my head. I didn't realize that at the time, but it was like in the back of my head. So my opponent is gonna bring Mono Poison. And you know what's great against Mono Poison? Mega Metagross, Tapu Lele, and Landorus. Look at my opponent's team and look at these monsters that I have. So I'm gonna bring Tapu Lele. Okay, Hydreigon, Metagross, Tapu Lele, Landorus. Those should be the 4 Pokemon I'm gonna bring. Mega Metagross. I mean, not Mega Metagross. Mega Gengars are gonna be pretty scary Pokemon to deal with. If it has Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, Pax, Sub, it's got a bunch of different options. So it's gonna be a very tricky Pokemon. And how fitting is it? A tricky Pokemon, a Ghost type. So let's see what my opponent's gonna bring out. Hydreigon Metagross, because I want that Tailwind up as soon as possible. Probably Gengar is going to lead here. Scolipede Toxapex. Is my opponent going for the burn turn one? Megahorn would be pretty bad. I think I'm just going to Zen Headbutt Scolipede and Tailwind. Scolipede might protect. I kind of doubt it would protect, to be honest. Yeah, I want that Tailwind up. I want the speed control. And if I Zen Headbutt and connect it onto Scolipede, I'll be able to outspeed it next turn. And Poison Jab. Okay. Straight into Hydreigon? Okay. Just going for damage. Oh, it's a Life Orb too. Okay, so I'm definitely going to pick up the knockout on Scolipede if I connect, which I do. So Zen Headbutt into Scolipede will pick up the knockout. Great. I don't have to worry about that monster. Critical hit did not matter. So Scolipede goes down. And we get the Tailwind up. So now Mega Metagross does outspeed that Mega Gengar, which is very, very crucial. Scald's going to come out. My opponent's going to hope for a burn. Yeah, I don't really care if my opponent gets the burn, because I have Tapu Lele to switch in, which would give me Psychic Terrain. But my opponent doesn't get the burn, so I don't have to make that play just yet. Let's see what my opponent's going to bring out next. Toxicroak. Okay. Air Balloon Toxicroak. Okay. And I can just Earth Power and Zen Headbutt. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Fake Out and Toxicroak and Scald. Yet I'm just putting on so much offensive pressure. We're just going to see a forfeit. So 2 really quick games coming out. But I think the next one, if we can find a higher rated opponent, I feel like we'll go by much better. So let us see if we can find that 4th opponent, maybe a 5th opponent, depending on time, because these games have been going by pretty quick. Mega Metagross, Hydreigon. They're pretty strong Pokemon. They can pick up quick and easy knockouts. And the fact that I have Tapu Lele to boost it, Tough Claws already boosted Zen Headbutt for Mega Metagross, which already hits pretty hard. But the Psychic Terrain just really adds on to that damage output, which I feel like Mega Metagross was kind of lacking in 2015. Actually doesn't knock out Kangaskhan. If it does, that actually is really strong. As we find someone from Canada, 1701 rating, so hopefully this is a bit of a longer game with, okay, a VGC team. Garchomp, Kartana, Tapu Koko, the Gyarados, Muck, and Porygon 2. So, unfortunately, my team doesn't exactly have a counter to this. My team doesn't have a good counter to this. I do have Ice Punch on Metagross though, so unless that's Garchomp, which it could be, to be honest, it could be. I think I'm gonna lead Metagross Nihilego because it seems pretty solid against my opponent's team. Yeah, I have Tapu Lele in the back, and I think I want to go Landis as my last Pokemon. Yeah, Zapdos does a lot of work here too. Am I HP Ice? No, I'm Roar, right? Oh, I do have Roar, so I could stop. Roar would be interesting. It also has the Gyarados, which is pretty nice. Maybe I do want to go Zapdos actually. Do I need Tapu Lele? I don't. I think I'll just lead Zapdos Metagross here with Landers and the Nihilego in the back, because Nihilego can reverse Trick Room. It also threatens the Tapu Koko. I'm going to be able to pick up a quick, easy knockout on Garchomp if it isn't Scarf with Ice Punch. And I could Roar out the Porygon too, so it can't really do much to my team other than maybe an Ice Beam in his Zapdos or a Toxic. So let's see what my opponent's going to bring out. Porygon 2 and Tapu Koko. Okay. Metagross and Zapdos will take the field. I can Roar out the Porygon 2 pretty easily. I'm pretty sure Tapu Koko will go for a Volt Switch. I don't think this is Gigavolt Havoc on the Tapu Koko. Could be, but I don't think it's going to be the case. I'll just Iron Head here for damage and Roar out this Porygon 2. Because I don't want Trick Room going up by any means necessary. I'm very sure Volt Switch, because Volt Switch is such an obvious play here. So I'll just Volt Switch and Roar. Porygon 2 can't do much. We are going to see the Metagross Mega Evolving. Gigavolt Havoc might be a problem though. But I don't think this is Gigavolt Havoc. I think it would be Focus Sash or Life Orb. Tapu Koko is going to protect. Okay. Are you going for Trick Room? Let's find out here. No, just Ice Beam. Okay, that's fair. Not the worst case scenario. Zapdos. Oh, why did Zapdos take so much? Okay. Oh yeah, Porygon 2 got a special defense boost. We will get a Roar off, so that prevents the... Man, if I let Nihilego here, I would have just threatened so much output. Garchomp's going to come out. I do have Ice Punch, so I will go for the Ice Punch here, because I would like the Ice Punch KO. And we'll go for Tailwind here, because I'll be able to outspeed that Tapu Koko, as Tapu Koko is actually going to withdraw here back into Porygon 2. Okay. And what's Garchomp going to do? Earthquake? No, I doubt it would Earthquake. Protects or go for the attack here? Oh, it is Scarf. Wow, okay. Okay, so Metagross is going to survive that, and that's damage on the Porygon too, so I don't mind that. Here comes the Ice Punch, going to target down the Garchomp, so Garchomp's going to go down, and that's a big threat out of the way. Rough Skin's going to activate, but Metagross is still hanging on. It's still a big threat to my opponent's team. And I do get the Tailwind up, so now I'll be faster than a Tapu Koko, so I could potentially pick up the knockout on Tapu Koko with a Thunderbolt plus Iron Head combination. I could also potentially get the knockout onto Porygon 2, but oh yeah, Electric Terrain doesn't boost. Electric Terrain doesn't boost Zapdos' moves, unfortunately. Wait, oh yeah, my opponent had a Gyarados, so Scarf Garchomp doesn't make sense. Kartana's going to come out here. I do have the Heat Wave, which I think I will go for Heat Wave. And just Iron Head, the Porygon 2. Yeah. It's a very safe play, I think. Because I'm not sure Porygon 2 is just going to go for it just yet. As we're going to see the Protect come out from the Kartana. Okay. So we will go for Iron Head into the Porygon 2. That does a lot, actually. That did a lot of damage. Heat Wave is going to come out. And if this Porygon 2 flinches or goes for Ice Beam, he's in a lot of trouble. He does go straight for the Ice Beam, as I anticipate, into Zapdos because you don't want to get roared again. You want to knock out the Zapdos before you can set up Trick Room, but now I can just go for Iron Head into that slot. I will be able to pick up a KO onto Porygon 2 or get a Heat Wave off. And that Porygon 2 is already so low, so I'm already happy about how this has gone down. Kartana. If it's Scarf Garchomp, it might be Z-move Kartana. Yeah, it's probably Z-move on Gyarados if I am assuming items. Okay, so no switch outs. Ironhead gonna fire off onto that Porygon 2, so Porygon 2 does go down. So Porygon 2 is done. And Heat Wave, unfortunately, misses Kartana, which is actually quite unfortunate for me. Zapdos is okay here. This is the one opportunity I would like Roost. Because now I could potentially lose the game. I think I have to go into Nihilego here and click Trick Room. Yeah, I think I have to do that. So I'll go into Nihilego here. I do have Focus Sash, so I'll be able to survive one attack. Tapu Koko is going to come out. And I'm pretty sure, like, you realize, oh, I have one turn of Tailwind. Let me just double protect because I'll stall it out. But I have Trick Room, so that allows my Pokemon to outspeed my opponents before. And my opponent just protects, so I'll just Heat Wave here and Trick Room. Worst case scenario is he doesn't double protect here. Yet, Tapu Koko protects. I'm pretty sure Kartana will protect. Yeah, okay, so I caught him. Nice. So Trick Room Nihilego is going to come in through because I will be able to get my Trick Room up. And Nihilego is going to be the slowest thing. Well, along with Zapdos, so I can get Sludge Bomb and a Tapu Koko and a Heat Wave, and that should secure the game. But I was securing the game for my Landorus anyway. Nice, nice, nice. And we can go for Sludge Bomb and Heat Wave. I am risking another Heat Wave miss, but then again, I don't really need to connect the Heat Wave in my opinion, because I still got my Landorus with Superpower in the back, and the fact that double up into Kartana will pick up the knockout anyway. So Heat Wave does connect with both Pokemon. Nice. So Kartana, Focus Sash, okay. Understandable. And Sludge Bomb will connect with Tapu Koko, and that secure the game, because the only spread move that Kartana gets is Razor Leaf. And that shouldn't be able to win the game. Beast Boost going to activate for Nihilego. And a Smart Strike. So we confirmed all 4 moves probably. Unless his grass move is Razor Leaf for some reason. Like that could be the case. I'm just going to Power Gem here. And I have 3 turns to Trick Room. I'm pretty sure I just win the game. Yeah, I'm just going to Power Gem Thunderbolt. It doesn't matter. As the match is going to be forfeited. And we will be taking the 4th game of today's episode. And I think that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. We're at 27 minutes, sure. But I think that's good enough for those double spot today. So I hope that everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. It shows your support for Battle Spot doubles. As well as you can check out the previous episodes down below. As well as my social medias. If you have a question or want to say anything, feel free to leave me a comment down below. And that's pretty much it. Follow my Twitch channel. I will be streaming Doubles Battle Spot more often. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I really want to say. QR code teams in the description down below as well if you want to try out the team. But otherwise, I think that's it for me. I'll see you around in another video.